Today, we're going to talk about helping children handle frustration. I know from having been a family therapist for decades and a teacher and having, worked with thousands of families, that if I were to distill down the most essential complaints that parents come to me for help with, it would probably be related to how we help kids in these small micro storms. We do talk a lot in my work about the big, huge meltdowns and the big tantrums and those epic explosions that can hit when our children hit the wall. But what I wanted to explore with all of you and to sort of do a little bit of giving back, I'm so happy you're part of my community, and I just love being able to share what I've learned over the years. I wanted to use this time that we have today to talk about the seed or the beginning of those storms. Of course, now that in the circumstances where we're seeing all these fires, you see that the big, huge flames, the big, huge, epic, engulfing fires started with a spark. And you can't help but say that there's a lot of overlap in terms of how children's tantrums and meltdowns begin. They usually begin because the child encountered a moment when things weren't going his way or her way. It could be a small thing. Mommy, I want to play with your phone. You know what, honey, you've already had it for a while. Why don't you look at a book or play outside? Dad, I really want to go to this party. It's going to be so much fun. Are parents going to be home? No. Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, right. And then you go, well, let me call. No. But it starts in the moment when the child bumps up against something that contradicts his or her wishes. It's really that simple. There's no doubt in my mind that parents could use help in that moment. So let's start with the image that I like to use of what happens when a child is about to become frustrated. Imagine that the child, and some of you who have taken my online classes know this, or you're in my monthly member program, you know this, so this will just be a little bit of a review for you. But the child is on this road called frustration, okay? They're walking along the road and they come to a fork. They come to a place in that road of frustration, meaning that they're on this road because something isn't going their way. I really want to play with your phone. I really want to go to the party. I really want you to make me a different dinner than this one. I don't want my brother to come in my room without knocking. I really don't want to go to school. I don't want to wear a jacket. Whatever it is, the child becomes frustrated, and they're now on a road that we call frustration. It's only going to go two ways, everyone. There's only really two possible ways this is going to go once the child is frustrated. One way is that they're going to adapt. They're going to make peace with what's going on. They're going to find their way, with your help, to just accepting that they're not going to get to play with the phone. They're not going to get to go to the party without you calling the parents. They're not going to get the third bedtime story. They have to wear a jacket. Whatever it is, they will accept. They will adapt. The other option is that they won't, right? And unknowingly, we actually participate in our children not adapting, not making peace with things the way they are when they're frustrated, even though our goal is to help them make peace with it, come to terms with it, But honey, if you don't wear a jacket, you'll be really cold. Well, of course I can't make you a second dinner. If I did that, I would never be able to enjoy your sweet company. We try to engage with the child in a way through their left logical rational brain and through our words and explanations and justifications so that they will adjust or accept life the way it is. However, we end up contributing to them going in this other direction. And you know what happens when they go in this direction? They become aggressive. Now, it doesn't mean that they necessarily become aggressive and break things or throw things, although some children often do. They become physically aggressive, but they might become aggressive in terms of, I hate you, or I hate myself, I'm so stupid, or taking it out on the dog. There's a lot of manifestations of aggression, but this is a very simple model for understanding that they're either going to, once they're on that road of frustration and they're frustrated, they're either going to accept, with our help, they're going to come to making peace with it. And through that process, by the way, they will become stronger internally, because the way you build a resilient adult is by helping your child develop resilience through discovering that within themselves they have the resources and ability to adapt when life isn't going their way. So there's so much good that comes when we help our children adapt and come to terms with what's going on, rather than going this way where they, oh, I may have messed that up, but let's say this way, to my left is aggression. So when it's to the right, they have made peace with it, they've come to terms with it, they may have been very sad, but when they go to this, in this direction, to my right, they come to terms, accept, adapt, and become more resilient. And when they go here, there's a lot of, this is the seed of that emotional storm that might turn into a blazing fire of emotion, anger, self-hatred, all kinds of ways that expresses itself.